Hi friends, our today's topic is importance of English in 20th century. As you know, it is the universal fact and it has been acknowledged by the whole world that English is universal language. When we say it is universal language, obviously major part of the literature is written in English language. As far as individual identity is concerned, English is a must. Any educated person can be judged by his English conversation and English talking in the society and in his own family. As far as if you are having small children as a student and if you come across with their teachers and if you speak few sentences with them in English, your impression is made accordingly by the teachers and it is given in the form of feedback to your children or your kids by their teachers. Now coming to the importance of English, English is having so many aspects, but one important aspect is that it is important aspect of your personality. When we say important aspect of personality, many of us have to face the scenario of personal interview. While facing personal interview, if the selection committee members are talking in English language, obviously you have to reply the question in the same language. In such situation, if you don't have any sort of confidence of English talking, then it becomes embarrassing situation for you to face. Now another aspect is that English is, when I say English is aspect of your personality, it is like a married woman who has who is in well-dressed position, put on ornaments and all that, but she has forgotten to put a kumkum tilak on her forehead. All the entire appearance of the lady has zero importance. This case is perfectly applicable to English language. Now again we come to another aspect, your social status. Your social status is judged by your physical appearance as well as your talking, your conversation, your confidence level of your knowledge, your experience that you have gained while passing your life journey. When English comes in the way, it is important for you and you are judged by your English conversation and your English knowledge. Your simple personality but well dressed, simple but good looking appearance is the another aspect while facing the interview. Your confidence level, body language, positive approach, calm and quiet mental stage in critical situation enables you to sort out the remedy. Sometimes if you enjoy the YouTube programs, the students who have excelled in IAS competitions and when they are facing their personal interviews, at that time, this your mental ability, your mental calm and quiet position and your determination to take the decisions in a proper way at a proper time. This is judged by your appearance of 30 to 40 minutes, your appearance in the personal interview. I would like to add here one important aspect of recent selected IAS candidates. Rarest of the rare thing has happened this year, and that rarest thing is that majority of the students are the poorest one. They don't have any sort of family background, educational background, a proper environment. They don't have all such type of avenues or facilities at their disposal, but merely with their hard work they have excelled in the miraculous exams of IAS. Another important aspect is that you should have absolute command on your subjects which you have studied earlier, and because the selection committee members are more interested in knowing your knowledge and your study, your hard work that you have put on while your educational qualification, while pursuing your educational qualification, I mean to say. So these things are very much important. If a person who has completed MA in political science, and if the selection committee members puts you a question before you or him, that what is dialectical materialism, and when you are not in a position to reply, then it becomes embarrassing situation for you to face the interview. Then next important point is that when we say about English, what sort of things you are supposed to know and what sorts of things you are supposed to overcome and what sort of things you are supposed to search as a remedy, we shall go one by one. Your vocabulary should be very perfect one. You have to increase in every day's exercise, up-to-date English news, regular TV news enjoying. You have to take regular TV news, English news, then a regular English paper reading, then 10 to 15 minutes conversation with your senior members if they are highly qualified in English language, obviously, and your writing practice every day, 15 to 20 minutes by writing essays in English language or letter writing. These things are the basic requirements for you to upgrade your knowledge day by day. Then in English there are so many hurdles like similar spellings, then there are different meanings. There are certain words which are having similar spellings, but it carries different meanings in different contexts. Take for example, MAIDEN, maiden. This maiden word has three different meanings. One is a girl who is not married. Second one is a lady who comes to our home for cleaning pots or sweeping rooms, etc. And third one is a cricket bowler who has bowled an over but did not concede a single run. It is called a maiden over. Similarly, fever, favor, these are the puzzling words. Then chauffeur, this chauffeur word has a very difficult spelling. It means it is like this: CHAUFFEUR, chauffeur. That means a private driver. These particularly affluent class of people like Tatas, Birlas, Reliance, or Amitabh, or Bollywood actors, they have appointed their personal drivers to ply their vehicles. So that means chauffeur. Then Enux, Eunuchs, Enux. Enux, chauffeur, these are the words which you come to know by reading regular newspapers. These words you will never get in dictionaries, you will never come across while pursuing your education. But these are the words which have vital importance in our day-to-day life. When we say Enux, Enux means a person who is not able to reproduce the children. So Enux. When we say Enux, Enux has a great history in Mahabharata. One character called Shikhandi was Enux, in the sense his appearance was like a woman and he was given such type of boon by a great Mahadeva or Shankara in her earlier life. So these are the words you are able to know by reading regular newspapers. Say another word, lactation. Lactation, lactation. This lactation words belongs to veterinary science. Lactation means Marathit गाय जो पान्हा सोडते वासरासाठी दुधाचा, that is called lactation. And now I will show you the what I mean to say resemblance of this lactation with lactogen. Your sister-in-law or your mother-in-law or your mother or your grandmother will say you that, are you going to market? Yeah. So while returning, please bring a lactogen pack for our kid who has recently taken birth. So that lactogen means feeding, milk powder feeding, lactogen and lactation. So these are the words, similar words. Then legitimate and illegitimate. Legitimate means त्याला मराठीत म्हणायचं तर सरळ औरस मुलगा, and illegitimate means which is not permitted by the society. A boy, a son, a kid who is not allowed by the society because his parents have not performed their marriage through social rules, regulations. So that is called illegitimate. There are so many words which you are supposed to know by reading regular newspapers. And you should have one another aspect is that you should have the habit of collecting or writing good thoughts. Good thoughts, these are very vital because sometimes when your hobby is asked by the interview committee, then at that time if you say them that I would like to read good books, then so they will ask you what sort of good books. So again you are supposed to pursue this habit by when you are in a habit of reading good books, then you are in a position to give them a proper justification of good thoughts. If you are a student of political science, if you have studied political science, then you should know John Stuart Mill. What is the definition of living? How to live? John Stuart Mill said once, it is better for a day being a Socrates than to be a pig for 100 years. परमेश्वरा, मराठीत बोलायचं म्हणजे परमेश्वरा आम्हाला 100 वर्षाचं डुकराचं जीवन देऊ नको, आयुष्य देऊ नको, आम्हाला एक दिवस सॉक्रेटिस होऊन जगू दे. How to live the life is very correctly defined by John Stuart Mill. And then comes the definition of justice. What is justice? Soul, voice of soul is called justice. This was defined by great Plato. And once, while making definition of education, our great Swami Vivekananda said, what is education? Education is the manifestation of a perfection in ह्युमन बिंग, मानवामध्ये उपजत असलेल्या पूर्णत्वाचा आविष्कार म्हणजे शिक्षण. मल्टीफॅसेटेड डेफिनेशन. It carries meaning of social attachment, character, nation building, social service, your own personal thinking, your selfless purpose in doing service to the society. All these things are mentioned, are included in this particular definition. Now again coming to the point of English. When you read the English newspapers regularly, then what I said right now, you will be able to cover all these things. Then I said earlier that you should have the habit of collecting good thoughts. Once, when I had been to Goa for my service for nearly about 7 years, I was required to go my family doctor for medical treatment, sundry treatment of fever and fever etc. to my daughter. That time we were required to wait for the in queue for our numbers. In the meanwhile, I used to observe the hall, and in that hall one cutting was hanged on the wall, gifted to that doctor by the Yamas. So what was the quoting? The quoting was like this: the best place of finding a helping hand is at the end of your own hand. बघा मराठीत त्याचा अर्थ काय होतो. पहिल्यांदा हिंदीत सांगतो त्याचा अर्थ, खुद का सहारा खुद बनो. God has given you, God has gifted you power, physical strength, physical power. So instead of begging before the unknown people for your livelihood, it is suggested in this particular quoting that work hard. May it be the physical work, but after doing that work for 8 hours, you are entitled to claim for your wages, and after getting those wages you can feed yourself and if rest of the family members dependent on you as well. So these beautiful quotings, now I again remembered beautiful quoting of the great French philosopher Rousseau. Rousseau once said, man is born free, but he is found everywhere in chain. सारा समाज, सारे इंसान जंजीरों से जकड़े गए हैं. आमच्यावर बंधनं आहेत आणि ते बंधनं आमच्या जन्मापासून सुरू होतात. पहिली आमची आई, दुसरे आमचे इतर नातेवाईक, तिसरे आमचे शिक्षक, चौथा आमचा मित्र, पाचवा आमचा समाज, सहावा आमचं भवितव्य, सातवे त्या भवितव्यासोबत जुळणारे इतर लोक. वी आर बाउंडेड बाय ऑल these persons and they have directly or indirectly contributed to our progress. मनुष्य जन्मतः स्वतंत्र असतो, रुसो म्हणतात, परंतु तो नंतर बंधनानं जखडला जातो. So this was the great Rousseau. Why did I quote all these great quotings and great thoughts? It is important for you while facing interview. If somebody asks you, what are your hobbies? If you say collecting good thoughts, please say few lines for us. So that is basically required. Now we shall come to again the aspect of your personality. One aspect I told you, I totally devoted, this was about your English, your GK, your general English, your facing the interview, etc., etc. Now, your personal life, I shall concentrate 3-4 points on it. A friend in need is friend indeed. मित्र कसा असावा? सुदामासारखा, कृष्णासारखा. When the message was given to Krishna that Sudama has come on the door of palace, Sudama came down and came near to Sudama, and Sudama was escorted to the crown, to the throne by great Krishna. This is called friendship. This is called friendship. You have to make good friends with whom you can share your anxiety, your worries, your problems, and the one in turn he will advise you in a proper way, and so that your suffocated breathing will get some sort of way, and you will have the mental peace for few moments by sharing your worries with him. This is the importance of English, making of good friends. Mental power to think more and more. Second aspect. This is required for you. You have to follow this. Developing hobbies, painting, music, drawing. This will you will be able to devote your time in a proper way. Waste your time in a proper way. Proper utilization of timing is fulfilled by these things. All these things, reading of good books, literature has made our life more happy and more enjoyable. Literature may it be in the form of fiction, may it be in the form of lyrics, may it be in the form of poems, and so on. When we say lyrics, I would like to mention here the Indian film lyrics. Indian film lyrics have contributed a lot to our life, to our personal life. It has given us strength, mental power in the moments of anxiety and worries. It has depicted transient nature of the life. जीवनाचा क्षणभंगुरपणा, ट्रान्झिएंट नेचर, ते सुद्धा हिंदी चित्रपट गीतांनी आम्हाला सांगितलं आहे. उदाहरण देऊन बोलायचं म्हणजे ये जिंदगी के मेले, ये जिंदगी के मेले, दुनिया में कम न होंगे, अफसोस हम न होंगे. जीवनाची क्षणभंगुरता यामधून व्यक्त केलेली आहे. हे थोडंसं मराठी याच्यासाठी की माझं बोलणं, माझी भाषा तुम्हाला थोडीशी वरची वाटायला नको, किंवा हा मनुष्य इंग्रजीत जास्त बोलायला असं नको, म्हणून थोडासा विषयांतर, बट इन अ व्हेरी प्रॉपर वे, रेलिव्हंट टू द टॉपिक. व्हॉट इज रेलिव्हंट टू द टॉपिक? युअर लाईफ, युअर पर्सनल लाईफ, युअर पर्सनल वरीज, युअर एंग्झायटीज, दे गेट वे to come out of suffocation by listening good songs. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है. Don't put others in any sort of harm. If you can't do anything good for others, at least don't think evil of others, because that is also a part of sin. So don't do that. Don't entertain that. These good movies, good songs, good lyrics have given us strength from time to time in the moments of anxiety and despair. Before concluding this session, I would like to quote a Hindi share for your information and for your happiness and all that. Begum Akhtar, the old singer, in those days when she didn't have that much opportunity to come in limelight and all that, but she continued her struggle. Somewhere maybe in 2012 or 13, she was above 76, 75, and it was a paper news that she was worried for her 2 times bread and butter and she doesn't have proper shelter. So government of Maharashtra and Bollywood actor Salman Khan came to her rescue and they offered her a flat to reside and some lakhs of rupees were deposited by her name in order to get the monthly interest to carry on her feeding and her livelihood. So in that particular interview, which was appeared in Lokmat that time, Marathi, and the journalist who was taking her interview, he asked her, now at this particular stage of life, what do you think about your past? So she replied that मौसम के मिजाज बदलने पर परिंदे भी अपना ठिकाना बदल लेते हैं, कौन किसका साथ देता है उम्र भर दोस्तों, लोग तो जनाजे में भी कंधे बदल लेते हैं. So with this I would like to take your leave and I shall be thankful to you if you give me your feedback